Hi, Valerie. Okay, let's get comfortable. We have a lot to research tonight, but for right now, I want to try and see if I can read at least a few pages, maybe. No, I do not, Valerie. I'm sorry. I never heard of it.
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, written by J.K. Rowling, rated by May from She Reads Books. Chapter 1, Dudley Demented. The hottest day of the summer so far was drawn to a close, and a drowsy silence lay over the large, square houses of Privet Drive. Cars that were usually gleaming stood dusty in their drives, and lawns that were once emerald green lay parched and yellowing, for the use of hosepipes had been banned.
No, I don't,
drought,
Valerie. I've never heard of it.
The usual car washing and lawn mowing pursuits. The inhabitants of Privet Drive had retreated into the shade of their cool houses, windows thrown wide open in the hope of tempting in a non-existent breeze. The only person left outdoors was a teenage boy who was lying flat on his back in a flower bed outside number 4. He was a skinny, black-haired, bespectacled boy who had the pinched, slightly unhealthy look of someone who has grown a lot in a short space of time. His jeans were torn and dirty, his t-shirt baggy and faded, and the soles of his trainers were peeling away from the uppers. Harry Potter's appearance did not endear him to the neighbours, who were the sort of people who thought scruffiness ought to be punishable.
Okay, Valerie, I will.
But as he had hidden himself behind a large hydrangea bush this evening, he was quite invisible to passers-by. In fact, the only way he would be spotted was if his Uncle Vernon or Aunt Petunia stuck their heads out of the living room window and looked straight down into the flower bed below. On the whole, Harry thought he was to be congratulated on his idea of hiding here. He was not perhaps very comfortable lying on the hard earth, but on the other hand...
I'm just reading for now, Valerie. I've been in this depressive slump for way too long. I need to get back into reading.
As had happened every time he had tried sitting down in the living room to watch television with his aunt and uncle. Almost as though this thought had fluttered through the open window.
Stop. Ow, 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 ow. No, Valerie, I was putting this on. This is my migraine cool stick. It's supposed to help me whenever I get a migraine that really impacts my life. You know what? I'll read this. You know what? I'll read this later because I want to do a story. I want to share something with you guys. I want to share something. I'll just do this later. No guarantees in life. There is natural order. Parents should not survive their children. But as we all know, that's often not the case. Tonight, I'd like to share Anna's story about a little girl who was dying of cystic fibrosis. Anna and her family wanted to share the story to raise awareness and funds to find a cure. It's a simple tale of a little girl, any little 8-year-old girl who just loved life. This is Anna's story. This is Anna. Anna's dying. Her life may be coming to an end, but Anna's story is just beginning to be told. Story, okay, about CF and everything, about the fight and the battling, and all that, alrighty? Here, I feel like I can't break down for her. I have to make sure that I stay strong, because that's what she's done for me. She's never, ever given me a time where she has been weak at all, so I don't want to do that for her. Anna's story's simple. It's about a little girl who has a big disease. She's 8. She loves her sisters, loves Christmas morning, loves camping, the color blue, and pork chops. She's a soccer player. It was looking forward to the new season that starts Saturday. She's also fighting cystic fibrosis with medicine, therapy, surgeries, hospital visits, and a lot of prayer. Anna's been fighting so hard in winning her bout with CF 3 months old, until this time, when CF decided this fight would be her last. Disease, they're not joking. You get a cold. Yeah, fight for 21 days, probably get rid of that cold. As for a healthy person, 7-10 days. You big battle ahead of you, and sometimes just you can't win them all. A week ago, doctors told Anna's parents she was not going to get better. Whatever reason, the medication, the therapy isn't working anymore, that Anna was going to die. Things just aren't working anymore. Take her home, love her. You just spend, appreciate the time you guys had together. And that's what we've done. Right here, don't you? Yeah. You're looking at her now, my heart just aches because I think, oh my gosh. And I'm just asking her before you got here. You know how much mommy loves you, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, sure. That's what surrounds around me. And that is just what you want. And it's honestly, you need that. I want to make sure that she knew and knows just how much she's loved. And then by me, we're sisters. We do the same thing. I'm going to go in there and make sure that, she knows. She knows. Hard on the family and on the individual. You're trying to stay so strong for us. And feel the pain and stuff they're feeling. Same time, it's such an incredible burden to bear for her situation that she tries to take all that from us. Anna's breathing tubes flow from the living room to her little bedroom, where she lays cuddled up in a constant state of sleepiness from the pain medicine, unable to breathe on her own. She lied there underneath the posters of her favorite band. Her dream was to one day meet them or go to a concert. Her dying wish came true in a phone call Friday night. The band didn't want their names made public because they didn't do it for publicity, but for a little girl whose story touched their hearts. Occasionally, Anna opens her eyes and talks in a whisper. And looks at Emma with her eyes closed and says, Emma, you're the one I've always looked up to. It's just all the things you want to hear. Anna's mom and dad knew she might die of CF one day, but never thought it would happen while she was in the 3rd grade. And her mom never imagined she'd be telling her 8-year-old it was okay to let go. Anna answered with, I don't want to die, Mommy. I'm not going anywhere. Ever thought that we would be in this stop right now? Didn't want to see it? I never ever dreamed that it would be Anna. Not Anna. Never. Mom and Dad hold their sick little girl in shifts now, so she's never alone. Pray that when she goes peacefully. No, this is Hannah now. This is the Anna they will always hold in their heart. Cute little blonde with big blue eyes, who never complained, always smiled, and taught everyone around her that you should literally never take one breath for granted. Most about Anna, or ever will, is her big blue eyes and a really big smile. And says, Emma, you're the one I've always looked up to. Just all the things you want to hear. Mom and Dad knew she might die of CF one day, but never thought it would happen while she was in the 3rd grade. And her mom never imagined she'd be telling her 8-year-old it was okay to let go. Anna answered with, I don't want to die, Mommy. I'm not going anywhere. Never ever thought that we would be in this spot right now. Ever. I just didn't. I didn't want to see it. Or has never, ever dreamed that it would be Anna. Not Anna. Never. And Dad hold their sick little girl in shifts now, so she's never alone. They pray that when she goes peacefully. And even though this is Anna now, this is the Anna they will always hold in their hearts. The cute little blonde with big blue eyes, never complained, always smiled, taught everyone around her that you should literally never take one breath for granted. Most about Anna, or ever will, is her big blue eyes and a really big smile. Never make sure that we're in 8 years. All the memories we do have. I don't even think, what if we did this? What if we did that? I mean, hard making me most upset is thinking ahead, never in the picture. That's where I get upset. That's what bothers me. Do this. Hannah died last night. It was peaceful. You know more about Anna's army and their fight to find a cure for cystic fibrosis, as well as Anna's visitation, her funeral arrangements. There's a website, box19.com. You can also find Anna's story. It's all there. Tomorrow. Our little girl was born February 23rd, 2007. So when we were on a family vacation, we all got sick, very, very, very sick. And we came home from vacation, and Cadence had a really soft cry. And every time I lowered her down, I noticed that she would kind of cry, which was not like her. I called the doctor's office, and the doctor came in. She says, Cadence looks great. I said, I know, but there's something wrong. And just then Cadence started coughing. Terrible, terrible cough. I have never heard something like that before. And my wife in tears saying we gotta go up to primary children's. Her heart's so large it's blocking her left lung. We did the pediatric intensive care unit. She had these placed and had to be on the medication through her IV to help her heart squeeze. And we had to be on a breathing machine. Her function was continuing to decline. Her heart transplant. In order to give her a long enough period of time to live while waiting for an organ, started to investigate our ability to put in this device known as a Berlin heart. It was developed in Germany. It allows us to get compassionate use and experimental use for the device in individual cases. Equipment name from Berlin, Germany. The doctors flew in to help do your procedure, and Cadence was given the Berlin heart on November 7th. night and day difference. And I was completely gray, nearly immobile, pink, full of life and full of energy. We had our daughter back. Berlin heart really well. Probably about the second week of December, Caden started getting sick again. Right side of her heart was now starting to fill. For probably a day, we got an overwhelming feeling, and we knew Caden's heart was coming. Hello, Chantel. This is Emily. No way. Down and turning with joy. Time I was crying for the poor family that lost their child to be able to save mine. He's a future. He gave us hope. And brothers and sister. I'm their only daughter. Extremely bittersweet. My children's. I swear they love my daughter as much as I do. Those hospitals are what they are. He's them. Well, you care. And I'm giving up their love. At work. What, Valerie? This is Melissa. She's 8 years old and has a brother and a sister. She's a normal little girl. She has to go to the hospital and receive surgery because Melissa's heart is sick. Melissa's quite well. She doesn't really feel there's something wrong with her heart. Nevertheless, she needs a heart surgery very urgently. At the age of 7 months, Melissa already received a heart surgery. At that time, she had a narrow part of a blood vessel, which impeded the circulation of her blood from her heart into her body. It was here exactly, this round bow. This one is called aorta. This is the most important blood highway. We use blood from the heart to all parts of the body. In Melissa's case, this part was too narrow. She tried to drink cornflakes with neck through a straw, which is very hard. Since surgery, she had to go to medical checkups regularly. That's very important. That way, the doctors detected Melissa's new cardiac problem. A few years ago, a little spot has been growing in Melissa's heart, which shouldn't be there. This heart is exactly located underneath the aorta in the left ventricle. The doctors call this ulcer or stenosis. You can imagine a kind of knob in this area. Due to this knob, the blood in Melissa's body isn't able to flow correctly. It is very exhausting for her heart to make the blood flow into her aorta because the knob narrows the route for Melissa's blood. Doctors and nurses do everything they can to help Melissa. Here in the Children's Medical Unit for Heart Diseases, Melissa and the parents are expected already and are warmly welcomed. This makes initial examinations with Melissa. She's being weighted, measured, and her blood pressure is checked. Go. Now you're going to get some magic plasters from me. This way it won't hurt when you get your injection. This is Melissa's room in the hospital ward. While her mom unpacks her clothes, Melissa takes a look at her new magic blasters. This cream reduces the pain caused by the injection when they take her blood. Thoroughly prior to the surgery. She is very aware of most of the examinations. She has often seen the doctor also here in this hospital. Cups are really very important because Melissa must be in shape for the surgery. She's having a cold. The date of the surgery will be rescheduled because the cold would weaken her defensive forces, and this could be very dangerous for her surgery. On the screen of the ultrasound, they can see Melissa's heart very clearly. The doctors can see very precisely how her heart works and what needs to be considered during surgery. And there it is, Melissa's heart. Gives Melissa and her parents which area must be operated. In the afternoon, the surgery consultation takes place. Questions that come to Melissa's or her parents' minds can be asked, because the opposite of fear is information. After this, you can understand everything much better. Right here underneath the aorta, we can see such a scarred swelling. Because of this scarred swelling, the left ventricle needs a lot more power to pump the blood into the aorta. Done. The surgeon explains exactly what's wrong with Melissa's heart and be done during the surgery. Because you're the one who will carry out the surgery. Because you already read the book and it's how to pee. Getting a way for children to understand what is going to happen with them. And the magic plasters did a good job. Melissa's waiting for her last examination, taking a blood sample. Magic plasters have numbed the skin of Melissa's hands. And another help is the moral support by mom and dad. My delight. There you go. Perfect. Very brave. Well done. Really good. Next morning, the time has finally come. Melissa receives her surgery. Therefore, she doesn't get any breakfast today in order to keep Melissa's stomach empty. Otherwise, she may throw up during the surgery. Good morning, Melissa. You sleep well? That is great. This is really great. How's it like? She forget goes to the hole or just first? What are we doing? Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. Well, it won't taste good, I can tell you. But if you just do it very quickly, swallow it, and then it's all done. Anakin, no. And a little bit tired already. Liz is brought to the surgery room while lying in her bed. Mom, Dad, and the nurse accompany her there. She gets some medicine by injection in order to calm her down. Mom and Dad must say bye-bye in front of the operating room, but the tiger is allowed to get there instead, so Melissa isn't all alone. Here we go. Next to the operating room is an anesthesia, possible to have a painless sleep. This is for initiating intravenous access. Tubes you can see here. Tubes, let's get some medicine as well as liquids directly and in the right doses. In case she can even be administered with blood too. But she doesn't notice anything anymore. She's sleeping soundly. Is finally brought to the operating room. Still takes a while until the surgery starts. You must be prepared very well. He is ready to start. For this surgery, You need quite a lot of equipment displaying. If everything runs well, and Melissa's all right. Reason, there are so many people working in the operating room. Everybody has a special function and pays attention precisely. The heart-lung machine starts to work for Melissa's heart. During the surgery, her heart is having a break, so the surgeons can do their work much better. Surgeons wouldn't see very good. It runs through Melissa's heart as it usually does. The heart-lung machine, they are able to see it very good. Exactly how long surgery takes, this is very individual and differs from child to child. Thing is okay. Doctors check the ultrasound picture again. You're satisfied. The disruptive knob is gone. Here's a comparison. This part has been removed. He's able to work as normal as a healthy one, not work so hard any longer. There's the heart-lung machine again, and the surgeon may surge her a thorax. And gets a plaster in order to make it heal very well. Is brought to the ICU, the intensive care unit, into another bed, accompanied by her ugly toy tiger. She's receiving very special care around the clock. This surgery was successful. She's very well.